So at first, the admission process will come to the university, and in this case, it's going to be the Ohio State University, and then we need to fulfill some requirements like statement of intent, and then the reference letter from three professors in your previous undergraduate program, and then
English proficiency test.
Yeah, the English proficiency test, which is IBD, and then the score, the minimum score for the IBD is going to be 7.79, and then for the IELTS it's going to be 7.0, and then GPA, as long as your GPA is more than 3.0, and then you're eligible for this program.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also the degree certificate and also the transcript of your scores in your previous undergrad study, it's also included.
Statement of intent, maybe most of Indonesian students were not familiar with statement of intent.
Yeah, that's right, or motivation.
But don't worry, because there are many samples of statement of intents, and then when it deals with statement of intent, it always deals with you yourself. So telling about who you are, your experience, and then what you were expect in this program, and just be honest for everything. I think that's going to be fun, right? And then for the reference letter, you just need to approach your professor, pick your preference, and then you need a letter which is official from your university as the sign, and then just send it.
Yeah, and also regarding to reference letter, actually if you're working, you can also use reference letter from your director or manager, because that's what I did. I got 2 reference letter for my director and also one from my professors. So actually it's quite easy, because you can just write down the letters by yourself, or for example you can get the guidance from everywhere, and then you can give it to your professors and let them to revise it or something, and then they will approve it. So it's quite easy. And regarding to motivation letter or statement of intent, besides, you can find many samples in the internet. And also if you have friends that have been abroad before, have accepted in some other scholarships, motivation letter or statement of intent is very common. So you can ask them and then ask their advice to make that. I think the most challenge here is to get the IELTS or TOEFL score. So for me, the most challenging is that to get that score. So you need to prepare yourself into that test. So for the others, documents is it's quite easy. You can get it easily actually, but you have to focus on getting the minimum score for TOEFL. So I think you have to work hard and
to pay attention to the timeline. Like usually you're going to have the time for the opening of the program, the registration and stuff, and think about the possibility that you're going to have the IBT score or certificate or something like that, because it's usually take time, right? So also think about your preparation to do the test, because it's not cheap. You're going to have to spend some money for it. And make sure that you already done some practice before that, because it's impossible, I think, if you do it one without any practice before, and then you can get the score that you
and all of those sounds quite easy, but it's really time consuming. So according to my experience, you need to be able to set up timetables. Like for example, the first week you need to accomplish letter of intent, or let's say you need to have like a reference letter from your professors and so on and so forth. And the next week you are going to achieve this, and the next week is going to achieve this. So you need to be so fixed with that timetable, because there will be like more issues to cover up the more times you are going to have. So and the next things that maybe I'm going to suggest to you is like make some sort of group with your friends dealing with this, and keep being updated toward any kinds of announcement. Maybe you are going to get some sort of announcement from the program director or from your lecturer, and you're going to post that in your group, so everyone will get, you know, the same informations and so on and so far, and you could move forward all together with your friends, so you're not feeling alone, because feeling alone is somehow discouraging. So being together will be a really, really good step for you in order to make you confident in applying this program.
And whenever you have any problem, and then you can straightly consult, because you are going to have guidance from the Ohio State University. You are going to have communication via email, right? So just whenever you have problem and you think you cannot fulfill that, you can do a consultation and clarification dealing with it.
I think that's important. Do not hesitate to email to the program if you have any questions, because that's what I did. And in submitting the documents, actually you can start by the easier one. So you can, you know, submit it one by one. You don't have to submit all the time. So you can, like David could have said, that you can make a timetable when will you start this document and submit one by one. So yeah, you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, we need to, you know, have someone who encourages us. So it's better if you do it in groups.
There will be a lot of rumors or buzzwords out there dealing with this program. Don't trust them unless it's from trustworthy source.
That's right.
You might go to, you know, program director or, you know, director in the Ohio State University or in, you know, local chapter there in university in Indonesia. Unless they get information from them, never trust these, you know, rumors or something if there is bad news coming or whatever.
Yeah, and dealing with the requirements, and then you are going to have steps, like you cannot jump into step 2 when you haven't fulfilled the step 1. So make sure that you already set up your timetable, right? We are going to have later, especially when you're already accepted and stuff, there would be another process that you need to fulfill, and usually you have the timeline which is really fixed, so be really careful about it.
And all in all, again, it's going to be a bit challenging because we're not familiar with all these steps of application. For example, if this is your first time applying for the scholarship, it might be quite hard because you need to find reference letter, motivational letters, go to full IBT or IELTS test, and so on and so forth. But all those things, it's for your own sake. So in the end of the day, never give up, because again, what we got in this program is so worth it that all challenge during application or during your study will be paid off.